All right, you guys, so welcome back to example number 6. All right, so it says determine what type of quadrilateral EFGH is. Okay. All right, so let's plot our points and see if we can get an idea. So 5, -1 is E. 11, -3. So 5, all right, 11's right off the page, but that's okay. -3, 1, 2, 3. All right, so there's F. G is 5, 5. Okay. And H is -1, -3. Okay. Did I plot a point wrong? I did. 5, -5. So 5 down to -5. Okay. All right. So there's G. And then -1, -3. There's H. Okay. All right. So I've got this, 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 this. Okay. All right. So my guess, okay, is parallelogram, and then further, do I in fact have a rhombus? I don't think I've got a kite, okay, and I'll determine that as I go and hunt down a rhombus, okay. I don't think I've got a rectangle or a square, okay, and it doesn't look like I have a trapezoid because it really does look like these sides, opposite sides, are parallel. All right, so let's do some slopes. And we're going to need to do some distances. Okay. All right, so let's do the easy one first. Let's do our slopes. Okay. So let's get our slope from E to F, F to G, G to H, H back to E. All right, so E to F. Now, we had to go over 1 right here. So let's fill in some missing grid lines. Okay. All right, so E to F means I go up 2 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so I went up to left 6. So that's -1/3. All right, F to G. Okay, I'm going to go down 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So down 2, and then I went left 6. So I got 1/3. All right, G to H. So I go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up 2. So I went left 6 and I went up 2, so -1/3. All right, so I now have E to F and G to H as being parallel, because I got the same slopes. All right, and then H to E, I go up 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I went up 2 and I went over 6, so I get 1/3. Okay, which means I get the same slope here and here. All right, so I have opposite sides are parallel. Okay, which means I definitely have, on a basic level, I've got a parallelogram. Okay, and I now just need to make sure that my distances are not of a rhombus, okay? And then I can also check that my opposite sides are equal to where I'm in that same direction of confirming I do in fact have a parallelogram. All right, so my distances, so I'm going to be doing E to F, F to G. Well, actually, let's do the ones I want to be the same. So E to F, I want it to be the same length as H to G. And then I want my distance from H to E to be the same as F to G. And remember, you guys, it does not matter which letter I write first, okay? All right, so E to F, we use the points up here because I'm faster when I use the points. So -3 minus -1 squared. plus 11 minus 5 squared. And then h and g square root of -3 minus -5 squared plus -1 minus 5 squared. All right, now I want to do h to e. So the square root of -3 minus -1 squared plus -1 minus 5 squared. Square root. Now I want to do f and g, so the middle ones. So -5 minus -3 squared plus 5 minus 11 squared. Okay, making sure you're matching up those x and y terms carefully. All right, so let's start with this first one. The square root of parentheses -3 minus -1 squared plus 11 minus 5 squared. All right, so I get 6.324. All right, square root, parentheses, -3 minus -5 squared plus -1 minus 5 squared. 6.32, that's a good sign. Square root, parentheses, -3 minus -1 squared plus -1 minus 5 squared. Again, good sign that I'm in the right direction of having a rhombus. Parentheses, -5 minus -3 squared plus 5 minus 11 squared. Again, 6.324. Okay, so I have in fact confirmed that all my sides are equal. Okay, my opposite sides are parallel. Okay, now if you want to go one step further, remember, okay, if you want to make sure this is not a right angle, so FG, so FG is 1/3, and HG times -1/3. Okay, that equals -1/9. Okay, it doesn't equal -1. Okay, which means this is not a right angle. And if this had been a right angle, okay, I would have had to start going around. But since I have one that is not a right angle, okay, remember to be a rectangle or a square, you have to have all four be a right angle. Okay, so that means I'm definitely dealing with a parallelogram, but more specifically because all four sides are equal, okay, and my opposite sides are parallel, I most definitely have a rhombus. Okay, all right, so good luck on your assignment. Okay, I've split it up over 2 days, and I hope you do it well. Okay, if you've got any questions, let me know.